There's some debate and discussion among NBA fans as to who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. That's the acronym for greatest of all time in the NBA. Especially now that LeBron James is about to surpass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time greatest scorers list. Many say it's LeBron. Others, a little bit older, say it's Michael Jordan. Some say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Some say Kobe Bryant. There's a discussion around it. There are many candidates. However, when it comes to the Torah, if you were to ask any upstanding Jew, who's the greatest of all time when it comes to the Torah, they would probably answer Moshe Rabbeinu. As the Torah says that there's never a prophet who arose like Moshe. Maimonides teaches us in his 13 principles of faith to believe in Moshe's prophecy is superior to all others. Moshe is the GOAT. So what's interesting when it comes to our Parshat is that Rashi says there is a contender for the GOAT. Rashi says that Moshe and Aharon were on the same level. Verse 6:26 says that puts Aharon's name before Moshe. It says Aharon Moshe. Verse 6:27 says Aharon, Moshe v'Aharon. So who's first, Moshe or Aharon? Rashi says we learn from here, neither are first. Shkulin hen ke'echad. They are on the same level. So how can we understand this? How can we make sense of this? Moshe Feinstein offers a wonderful explanation to this. He says that it's not, when it comes to God's criteria for defining who the GOAT is, who's the best, Hashem doesn't look towards the stats like we do. Hashem looks towards maximized potential. Moshe was the GOAT because Moshe became the greatest Moshe he could be. And when Hashem looked at Aharon, it was the same thing. Aharon was the greatest Aharon he could be. He used all of his potential, he maximized it. He became the greatest person he could be. So for Hashem, they were shkulin ke'echad, not because their outcome was the same, but rather they both maximized their potential to the fullest. And Rav Moshe Feinstein uses a story from the Talmud to strengthen this point that he's making. Rav Yosef explains what happened to him when he fell ill and got a glimpse of the next world, of Baba Batra Yoda Mubet. He says, Olam hafuch ra'iti, I saw an upside down world. Those who are above in this world are below in the next world, and those who are below in this world are above in the next world. Rav Moshe Feinstein explains that means that those who we think are the goats in this world, if we really looked, many of them didn't maximize their potential. Therefore, they're not Elyonim, they're not above in the next world. And on the other hand, those who we think are low in this world really are high in the next world, because like Hashem gave them a certain skill set, certain set of abilities, and they maximize them to the fullest. Therefore, they are above in the next world. So that's something to really think about. It's not, on one hand, it's relieving because Hashem's saying you don't have to be like Moshe, you don't have to be like Aharon, just be yourself. On the other hand, it's demanding because it's saying you have to be yourself, the most fullest and most manifested version of your potential in this world. We merit to do so, to become the best versions of ourselves in this world.